Hello, my name is Levonis Fisher. I grew up in Mobile, Alabama, in a neighborhood that is now called Trinity Gardens. I was born in the 1950, and during that time in this neighborhood, we did not have electricity, we did not have running water, we didn't have septic lines, so we had outhouses. So I grew up in a neighborhood where everybody had to grow their own food, or we used the barter system. My family had cattle. We had chickens, we had cows, we had pigs or hogs. We also grew the grain that was needed to feed the farm animals. We had to make our own cheese. When we milked the cows, you would make the butter and you would make the cheese. When you would feed the chickens, you would get the eggs, and you would also kill the chickens to have on the kitchen table. If you wanted pork chops or bacon, you would kill the pigs, fix them up and clean them up and cook them. Over the years, more people moved into the neighborhood, which required more services from the city of Mobile. At that time, we were in this neighborhood. Trinity Gardens was in the county. We were not in the city of Mobile or the city of Prichard. But in the 60s, we had to make a decision if we wanted to be in the city of Mobile or the city of Prichard. The people on First Avenue north of my street decided they wanted to be in Prichard, and the people on my street and south of my street decided they wanted to be in Mobile. So my neighborhood became a neighborhood where we have a tale of two cities, Mobile and Prichard, which is an interesting life. You have to depend on two different cities to bring in services. So as growing up as a girl, I grew up in the Lutheran church because the public schools only had one school in my neighborhood, and that school burned down 2 years after being constructed because they were using the old potbelly stoves to heat up the building, and somebody didn't do the right thing and the building burned down. So I ended up going to Trinity Lutheran School. When I got in the 8th grade, the public school had become a part of our community, and Trinity Lutheran only went up to the 8th grade back then. So we got a chance to move from private school to public school. So when I got in the 9th grade, I went to high school at Trinity Gardens High School, which at that time was K through 12. When I finished Trinity Gardens High School, my church at that time was Nazarene Baptist Church. Gave me $100 so that I could buy some clothes and a suitcase to go to college, and I got a full scholarship at Talladega College. And I decided to major in chemistry and physics, which was an interesting life. While I was in college, I fell in love. I married Willie James King, and when I graduated from college, I moved to Atlanta, and I worked as a computer person for a year or two, and then I went into education and I started teaching chemistry and physics in DeKalb County schools for 3 years and Atlanta Public School for 2. When my mother got sick with cancer, I decided to move back home here in Mobile, and I've been here in Mobile ever since 1978. I became very active in the community because this neighborhood had changed from a quiet neighborhood with cows and piglets and chicken to gangbangers and people who murder people. So I became very active. Some people call me an activist, some call me an advocate, but I look at myself as just a plain old citizen of the Holy Land of Trinity Gardens. This is Levonis Gillespie Fisher. I'm waiting. of expressing her oral history.